Okay, we're hi. This is Jason from Lahaina Music. One day I'll make T-shirts that say "We'll teach for coffee," but haven't gotten to that yet. We got a question about different types of woods. We have somebody who's playing a Makala ukulele right now, which is a kind of an opening level ukulele. It's made out of agathis. Doesn't sound especially good. Doesn't resonate especially well, but you can kind of learn to play on it. But once you do, oftentimes you're like, wow. Now I wish I had something that had more resonance. So the question was specifically what happens if you get koa wood or mahogany. So let's start with the koa wood. On the high end is the beautiful holy grail of the ukulele world. This is a kamaka. This is a tenor size. All of these we're going to be showing you are tenor size. There's the 100th anniversary headstock, custom, because they're 100 years. This is solid koa, handmade in Hawaii. If I could play any ukulele in the store, this would be the uke I'd want to play. But it's like $13.95. So if money's no object, this is the best uke in the store. But kind of pricey. So some other options. Kali'i, another koa wood ukulele. Koa's got this sort of a little more reddish hue versus the brownish hue that you'll see on mahogany. This is Kali'i Gold Series, which means front, side, and back are all made out of koa. This is partially made in Hawaii and partially made overseas. Kali'i lives over on Oahu. And the machine's cut overseas, but then brought back here and it's assembled here. So it's partially made in Hawaii. We just like to be clear about that because there are some people out there that are misleading people, and we find that a little distressing. So anyway, this partially made Hawaii, partially made overseas. Less expensive than a kamaka, not as well known as a kamaka, but it is koa wood. If you want koa wood, this is a more approachable option. What happens when you move to mahogany? This is a mahogany. This is a 6-string mahogany also. It's got a low G and a doubled A string up here. These are octaves on the C. Mele ukulele. Mele is also partially made overseas and partially made here. The bodies are assembled in the Philippines. The action setup is done by the luthier who designed them, who lives here on Maui. And he does a really spectacular job in terms of setting up the action. If you look, I mean, the camera is never going to cover it. When you play it with your fingers, though, you're like, oh, this is just nice. Feels good to play. Makes a big difference. So this is mele. This one's going to be about $640. Very nice ukulele, but still a little on the pricey side, perhaps. But if you're a serious musician, this would be maybe one to consider. So let's go a little more economical than that. This is still solid koa wood. God, did I do that? It's not koa wood. This is not koa wood, this is mahogany. And so is the mele, by the way. I'm pretty sure I said mahogany on that. Anyway. More coffee, right? Sorry. Good morning, Maui. Mahogany. It used to be that when the sailors came out here and they got koa wood, they used to call it Hawaiian mahogany because mahogany was such a sought-after wood. And koa was like, oh, that other wood that grows in Hawaii, until it turns out that koa wood, they decided in lots of ways, was better than mahogany. It's definitely, I think, more beautiful than mahogany. And so then they started calling it koa, not Hawaiian mahogany, anyway. So, this is brand new, so it's a little out of tune. We'll just adjust it. But we're 4 minutes in, so I don't want to reshoot the video to do that, so we'll just tune it on the fly. Alright, so this one sounds pretty good. It has enough tone that I gotta feel like I gotta kind of raise my voice to talk over the ukulele, which also means I could play it lightly. And it's got lots of resonance. If I do something more delicate on it, it's going to have plenty of resonance, and I won't need to feel like I'm, trying to kill the ukulele. It has big resonance, solid mahogany. This one, regular price is $369 if I'm not mistaken, and after the sale, we're going to sell calls at 20% off. $295. A little voice told me after the sale too. So hey, take if you want to pay $369, you can't. No, we're going to we're going to discount it for you. So this one would be $295. Definitely one to consider, solid mahogany. Now if we move away from solid mahogany to laminate mahogany, solid wood you have to shave down to a specific thickness. It's a little trickier to make. It does get you a little better results acoustically. But we have some other options. Coming in from the side, looks like it's swimming in from the side. This is called exotic mahogany. It looks kind of like koa because it's been dyed and cut especially to look a little more that way, but it's mahogany. It's called exotic mahogany as opposed to the next one we're going to show you after this. And this one sounds pretty good. If you're having fun in your living room or jamming with a couple people around the campfire, this is a good ukulele. Regular price on it is $190 something. But we never sell it at the regular price. We're going to sell it 20% off, and after that, I think it's $154 and some change. Is that right?
Yep.
Callan knows all these prices. Come say hello, Callan.
Hi.
Callan knows all these better than I do. All right. If you ever come into the store and you see that guy, yeah, he's legit. Okay, so exotic mahogany. It doesn't have quite as much body in the tone as the solid mahogany, but it's less expensive, like by almost half. If you wanted something a little more normal looking, wanted to try to save another $20 or something, you could go to this one. This is also mahogany. This is just a regular mahogany as opposed to an exotic mahogany, so it has a very different look. This one, I can't remember its full price, but after the sale, it's about $135. Still sounds pretty good. If I were going to go out and do gigs, I would want an ukulele with a little more oomph than this. But just having fun in a living room, sitting on the couch after a barbecue with my friends, this one would really do just fine. If you start playing something a little more intricate, the resonance isn't quite as prominent as if you get into more solid wood ukes, or if you get into one of high-end koas in particular. Those are going to be spectacular, but they're a little more expensive too. So if you're like, wow, I wish that there was something in between this one and this other one, any of the two ukes that we showed you in the video, if you're like, show me what's in between those two, there are several options in between those two in each case. Or at least other things in that price range to look at, but we have like 70 different ukes on the wall, so we can't put them all in this quick little video. It'd be like an hour long. Actually, it would be a fun video to make.
That would be fun.
But for now, just briefly, some koas, some solid mahoganies, some laminate mahoganies, and whichever ones you'd like to look at. Hey, show me some more in this range. We can make another little video and show you that stuff. Or any other questions, give us a holler at Lahaina Music. Thanks. Aloha. LahainaMusic.com